Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies, man. Today we're going to talk about Kwon Alexander. Now, Kwon Alexander has become a fan favorite, a super fan favorite from the Saints. Also become a YouTube favorite, at least on my channel, man, because every time I post someone, it's someone in the comments saying the Saints should sign Kwon Alexander. I'm not going to say that wrong. I'm not going to say that right, but we're just going to kind of talk about it, man. Obviously, Kwon came to the Saints about 2 seasons ago. He played well, very well actually with the Saints. Ended up tearing his Achilles at the end of the season, right before the playoffs started. All season the Saints were kind of on the fence about bringing him back. They ended up bringing him back, and he actually played well again last year after that Achilles injury. So now the problem for Kwon, big problem for Kwon, is Pete Warner. Obviously, the Saints drafted Pete Warner in the second round of the last year's draft. He was a number 60 pick, so that's a high investment for a linebacker. And honestly, Pete Warner seems like he's going to be the guy of the future. He played well last year. Had to rotate some time in with DeMario and Kwon because those guys were playing well. If he comes to the Saints, things will be very, very different for him. Number one, he will be in the backup role. That's just a matter of fact. No way how you slice it, Kwon Alexander will be in the backup role. If he came to the Saints, he will be behind DeMario. He will be behind Pete Warner. Obviously, no one really runs their base defense a 4-3 or 3-4, so you're rarely going to get 3 linebackers on the field for the Saints. But when those situations do arrive, short yardage, goal line, and stuff like that, I can't see him being on that field if he came, to the team in salary, man. Honestly, Kwon at this point of his career, he's never. I'm not going to say never. He's not right now at this moment going to get a nice size deal. It's going to be for the veteran minimum, more than likely with a bunch of incentives, thrown into that contract. So the money's not going to be looking right. The role's not going to be looking right for him if he was to come to the Saints. And that's just any free agent right now, man. If you're in the free agency market right now, except a couple specific guys, then salary's not going to be looking great for you, and you're probably going to be in a backup role. And also, the biggest reason I think it's a problem where he's not going to be able to play, because if you're going to be a backup for the Saints, you're going to be a backup linebacker in the NFL, you're going to have to play special teams. Now, Kwon is very, very capable of playing special teams, but he hasn't done it with the Saints. And to take on that special teams role is going to be, tough for a vet. Vets don't really want to play special teams. That's not, a thing guys want to do. So that's going to be tough for him, especially because you got young guys that's willing to die for that special team spot, man. They want to make this team any way possible. So they're going to be trying to play special team. They're basically getting drafted and signed to play special teams. So he will have a tough time, beating out one of those young guys for that job. In the Saints, it just wouldn't make sense for the Saints to bring him in, if he's going to play special teams, because you can obviously get a younger guy, a much cheaper guy, to do that and have that role for you. In conclusion, man, we'll see. I don't have any answers, man. If he comes back, he comes back. You can never have too much depth. I always say, if you think you can upgrade at a position, upgrade at that position. So if he comes back, man, hey, we'll love to have him back. Linebacker room is solid. It's not the greatest, in the Saints building. It's not the worst as well. If it stayed the same, I'll be happy. If we upgraded, I'll be happy as well, man. I don't know what's gonna happen, but a lot of y'all want Kwon back, and a lot of y'all ask me my thoughts on it. So my thoughts are, hey, I don't know. If we get him back, great. If we don't, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world, man. Obviously, he's a good player. He'll have to be a rotational player if he came back. And maybe he should probably just wait, if I was advising him, I would tell him just wait. A starter role will come up in the NFL. Someone's going to get cut. Someone's going to get hurt. Someone's going to get suspended. Something's going to happen. So if he waits that out, he'll probably get a starter role, with another team or with the Saints if that, was to happen to us. Knock on wood that it doesn't. So, man, we'll wait and see. And I guess finally y'all can actually comment, under here. Do you want Kwon back? Y'all have been doing it anyway. So, hey, comment, thoughts on Kwon. Should we bring him back? If he comes back, what role will he play? Or what role do you see him playing? And all of that good stuff, man. If you're new to the channel, old to the channel, haven't subscribed, please click that subscribe button for me. Turn the notifications on, man, so you won't miss another video from the Boot Tragedies. And as always, this is the Boot Tragedies, and I'm out.